Welcome to the story of Splatterina, which is not remotely connected to Pocketpair. This one's for you. I hope you enjoy it. Part 1. Splatterina's Crimson Canvas, a PALWORLD horror saga. Part 1. The Butcher's Italia. The Palpicus Islands were no paradise. Beneath the vibrant jungles and shimmering beaches lay a pulse of primal terror, a heartbeat of blood and bone that thrummed in the shadows. At the heart of this darkness was Splatterina, a humanoid pal with long, blood-red hair that cascaded like a waterfall of gore. Her black dress clung to her lithe frame, stained with crimson splotches that never seemed to dry. Grey earrings glinted like surgical steel, and in her hand she wielded a giant razor blade, its edge so sharp it sang with every swing. Hungry for flesh, Splatterina wasn't just a predator, she was a sculptor of suffering, a maestro of mutilation, with an uncontrollable urge to tear her prey apart, each dismemberment a meticulous ritual. If you were caught by her, you prayed she took your head first. Her lair, a cavern deep in the obsidian highlands, was a charnel house of horrors. The walls were slick with blood adorned with pal skulls and limbs arranged in grotesque mosaics. Jars of glowing pal souls lined the shells harvested from her victims to fuel her twisted power. In the centre stood her surgery table, a slab of blackened stone etched with the runes that pulse with malevolent energy. Here, Splatterina performed her Frankenstein-like experiments, stitching together pals into monstrous servants, each imbued with unhinged passive abilities to serve her dream of murderous domination. Tonight, the sky above the Palpicus Islands flickered with a violet flash, a rare phenomenon signalling the presence of a mythical creature, a pal so powerful it could reshape the island's fate. Splatterina's eyes gleamed with madness as she gazed at the horizon. She didn't just want to kill this creature, she wanted to carve it into an ultimate Frankenstein mount. A beast of unparalleled horror, with passive so grotesque they'd make the gods recoil. But first she needed an army. The first cut, building the Legion. Splatterina's razor blade danced in her hands as she stalked through the bamboo groves, her senses attuned to the scent of pal flesh. Her first target was a lamb ball, its fluffy wool stained with mud from recent rain. The creature bleated, unaware of the shadow creeping closer, and Splatterina's lips curled into a smile. Her grey earrings glinted as she whispered, "Oh, little lamb, let's make you special." With a flick of her wrist, the razor blade sang, slicing through the lamb ball's wool and flesh in a single fluid motion, and blood sprayed in an arc, painting the bamboo red. And Splatterina worked with surgical precision, her hands moving in a practiced dance, legs first, then arms, then torso, saving the head for last. The lamb ball's screams faded as she severed its vocal cords, her eyes alight with joy. "Order matters," she purred, collecting the pieces in a sack. "Chaos is just precision in disguise." Back at her lair, she laid the lamb ball's parts on the surgery table, her fingers threading black, pulsing thread through bone and muscle. She infused the corpse with a pal soul from her collection, a glowing orb that screamed faintly as she crushed it into the flesh. The result was a grotesque parody of the lamb ball, its wool now barred with razors, its eyes glowing with crimson malice. Splatterina named it Razor Fluff, granting it the passive ability of bleed wool frenzy. Whenever it was struck, its wool exploded outward in a storm of razor-sharp shards, shredding everything with a 20-foot radius. "You'll cut for me, won't you?" she cooed, stroking its jagged fleece. Next she hunted a chillet, a serpentine pal with icy fur. She found one coiled around a frozen pond, its breath misting in the night air. Splatterina did not hesitate. Her razor blades carved through its scales, blood freezing into crimson icicles as she dismembered it with ritualistic care. Tail first, then spine, then limbs, and head last. The chillet's eyes pleaded, but Splatterina only laughed. Pain is just the prelude to purpose. On the surgery table, the chillet was reborn as Frostgore, its body stitched with black veins that pulsed with stolen souls, and its passive ability, Cryo-Shatter Scream, caused its roars to unleash shockwaves of ice shards that pierced and froze enemies, turning battlefields into frozen slaughterhouses. Splatterina clapped her hands, delighted. "Scream for me, darling. Let the islands hear your agony." Her third victim was a dinosaur, a floral dinosaur with vibrant petals. She ambushed it in a meadow, her razor blade slicing through its veins with wet schlick. Petals fluttered like confetti as she carved it apart, humming a twisted lullaby. And back at the lair she stitched the dinosaur into Petal Reaper, and its petals now dripping with acidic sap. Its passive ability, Necroflora Bloom, caused its flowers to release clouds of toxic spores that rotted flesh on contact, leaving enemies as oozing husks. "Grow for me, my sweet," Splatterina whispered, kissing its grotesque muzzle. Her final servant for the night was a tansy, a monkey-like pal she caught swinging through the trees. Its playful chatter turned to shrieks as her razor blades separated limbs with surgical glee. Reassembled as a gore chimp, it wielded twin machetes formed from its own bones, its passive ability blood swing mania causing it to enter a berserk state when injured, hacking everything nearby with unstoppable fury. "Tense little monkey," Splatterina giggled, watching it twitch with unnatural life. The soul hunt, metal detectors and madness. Splatterina's army was growing, but her power demanded more. Pal souls, pal souls. The glowing essences buried beneath the earth, remnants of fallen pals from ancient battles. And she equipped her servants with metal detectors, modified to vibrate when near a soul's energy. The devices hummed like living things, their needles twitching as razor fluff, Frostgore, Petal Reaper and Gorechimp scoured the obsidian highlands. The detectors led them to the scorched valley where the earth pulsed with a faint glow. Razor Fluff's detector buzzed wildly and it began digging with its razor-sharp wool, shredding dirt and stone. A soul emerged, a shimmering orb that wailed with the agony of its former owner. Splatterina seized it, her hands trembling with ecstasy as she absorbed its energy. Her red hair glowed brighter, her razor blade humming with a newfound power. "More," she hissed. "I need more." And the hunt turned frenzied. Frostgore's Cryo-Shatter Scream froze the ground, cracking it open to reveal buried souls. Petal Reaper's Necroflora Bloom corroded the earth, exposing glowing orbs that screamed as Splatterina collected them. Gorechimp hacked wildly, unearthing souls with every swing, and its blood swing mania painting the valley red. Each soul made Splatterina stronger, and her eyes glowing like twin furnaces, her laughter echoing like a storm. But the violet flash in the sky called to her. The mythical creature was out there, a pal of legend whose power could complete her vision. She envisioned it, a mount so horrific it would make the islands tremble, its passives a symphony of gore and chaos. She sent her servants to scout, the detectives buzzing as they hunted both souls and signs of the beast. The first betrayal, a pal's defiance. Not all pals bowed to Splatterina's will. She targeted a jet dragon, a dragon-like pal with aurora-like wings, hoping to make it her air support. She stalked it through the verdant highlands, her razor blade gleaming. The jet dragon sensed her, its wings flaring as it unleashed a blast of wind. Splatterina dodged, her dress fluttering as she lunged, her blade slicing through its wing. Blood sprayed, but the jet dragon fought back, its claws raking her arm. Enraged, Splatterina abandoned her ritual order. She hacked wildly, severing limbs and wings in a frenzy, blood pooling around her. "You dare defy me?" she screamed, her razor blade cleaving the dragon's head, but its soul was too strong to harvest. It shattered in a burst of light, denying her its power. Splatterina shrieked, her hair whipping like flames. "No one escapes me!" The loss fueled her madness, and she returned to her lair, and her servants were trailing behind, the detectives still buzzing. She needed more souls, more flesh, more chaos to prepare for the mythical creature. The Palpicus Islands would bleed until her vision was complete.